Today, we're standing on a road that erased an entire neighbourhood. Everything you can see here, the space, the lanes, the width, did not exist. This was a tight grid of streets pushed up against the bend of the River Soar. Hundreds of homes, workshops, small industry, a working district stitched into the cut of the river. We're going to walk from here down to Churchgate, stopping exactly where these streets once stood, and line up what was here with what's here now. And we're starting right here, Grundon Street, as it was. Grundon Street sat right here, basically where Ravensbridge Drive now pops out, but on the other side of the road. That there is Abbey Park, the houses backed on there. All of this that you can see in front of me here was all terraced housing that then went down and then backed onto the river just down there as well. As you can see from the map on screen now, the footbridge, which I'm just about to show you, was still there, but probably not as it currently is. So where I'm stood right now would have been the end of Grundon Street, and that's the bridge then that would have taken you across the river. That bridge there is the road bridge, the St Margaret's Way, the A6. That did not exist, and then it was put in place in the early 1970s. Looking back here now, that all there would have been terraced houses. Mental. So all of this you see behind me didn't exist. The road would have come down here, dogleg over there, down Abbey and picked that up, and the railway line, which you can just see the viaduct in the distance there, would have come this way here. And all of that lot there, that was allotments. Now 70 years ago, stood here, I would have been very wet because this bridge did not exist. There's the River Soar, there's Abbey Park, and it raced away down there, like I say, with the railway crossing over the top. It's absolutely fascinating when you look at what was here before and what's here now, and that is what we're going to go and have a look at now, further down towards the city, because you will not believe how these roads have changed. So I've crossed the river now, and this was all actually still known as St Margaret's Pastures, just pasture land, I assume, from what I can see. But we'll now go under the main road that runs here and go and pick up somewhere called Slater Street. Now this is Slater Street, and this is where things start getting a little bit weird and a little bit crazy. As you can see, it's a dead end with yellow lines, as that car has found out. Now the cycle track is still there and is still showing on the maps now, but Slater Street used to go through here and carry on just there, and look where it popped out. So it came through and joined onto that road over there, which is right next door to St Margaret's Pastures. And somewhere in the middle of that road was a little roundabout with some nice trees on. So from Grundon Street, over the allotments, over St Margaret's Pastures, there was no road. But just here, there was. We're approaching a road called Friday Street, which runs left to right over there. But just here, there was a road called Pasture Lane that went through. Now, some of it still remains at the other end. And just as we crossed the canal here, there was indeed a bridge called Pasture Bridge. Now, that wall there, that was for the backs of houses on a road called Heanor Street, which no longer exists, but that's where we're going next. A mini error on my part. Heanor Street does still exist, but nowhere near what it used to be like. It used to start up here. So you used to be able to turn off the main road that's just behind me now, and on the corner, pretty much just here, it says there used to be a bacon factory. That's just mental, innit? And then houses would have ran all along that side and then all along that side as well. So like I say, it would have been houses all around here, down both sides of the street, until you got to the end of the road, which is Craven Street, and that is pretty much all still intact. My gosh, this is nuts. There used to be a pub just here, right behind me, on the corner of Harding Street and Craven Street. It was the Freeman's Arms, known as the Hole in the Wall. I have no idea why, but then the rest of down here is pretty much still intact in terms of the road layout. So you've got Johnson Street just here that you can see, and then we just carry on up to the end there. At the end of Harding Street was Manton Street, and that has been totally erased, again full of houses. But just look at the map: sheet metalworks, shoe factories, loads of houses. Just see how it's changed. Over here, this is Frog Island, heading down Northgate Street, down that way into town, and the railway line would have literally ran straight here, sort of just at the end of those buildings there. So yeah, we've got this bit intact, that bit gone, the pub on the corner. Wow! Now everything you can see there, that was all houses, and it was sandwiched between Heanor Street and a road called Range Street, which is no longer there, because what they did was they put an underpass under that St Margaret's Way road that they built, and they continued Friday Street, which is right through there over the other side of the road, and they brought Friday Street onto here to join up to Craven Street. That road there is called Berkeley Street. So just up here, what is now Friday Street and used to be Range Street-ish, there was two pubs. Come and look where they stood. Now we're getting a little bit approximate here. The Heanor boat was about here, opposite that bit of pasture lane, which ran through here and across that way. Road like a stone's throw, and then somewhere around here, right on the corner, sort of near this main road bit, a stone's throw from the Heanor boat was the Woolcombers Arms, and basically pasture lane ran that way alongside it, and on the other side was Lower Churchgate, which no longer exists really, but Lower Churchgate ran straight in line there with St Margaret's Way. You can just see St Margaret's Church in the background there, and then there is the rest of Friday Street. So back onto Craven Street now, and just around here somewhere, just over the road, there was a shoe factory. And then an absolute crying shame for me, we lost the road name. Paradise Lane was somewhere just here, so we lost Range Street and Paradise Lane, but Berkeley Street did remain. So just on the corner there we had Constance Cottages, I'm not sure exactly what they were, and then we had number 53 and number 55 Craven Street, and then Paradise Lane kicked in, and then Range Street was one more bit road up from there after the shoe factory. So there was a couple of houses behind me here on Berkeley Street, and then just here was a little block of houses called Elsie Terraces. Look at that, no remnants whatsoever. What a crying shame. Going to head back round to Pasture Lane in a moment, but just quickly, Old Mill Lane is down there at the other end of Berkeley Street. You turn left, that took you right then down to Sanvigate, Timber Yard, Sawmill, all that sort of stuff down there, so that's why I'm assuming it was called Old Mill Lane. Have a look at this, Needlegate, as it was all them years ago. That will never change, will it? Look, people will have used this regularly. Mad. It's on the map, look, Needlegate. Now we've already touched on this section, but this is definitely the bit that's changed the most in terms of the configuration and layout, mainly because of that underpass that's gone in there. Now I always wondered why Pasture Lane was this shape, but as you can see from the map, it's always been like that, and then like I said earlier, it then shot across there. So that building looks like it still remained, and then this road takes you down to Sanvigate towards the city centre, and there's less and less houses around here now and a bit more industry, factories. So we've got Pasture Lane here, and that takes us down to our next bit. End of Pasture Lane. Interestingly, this substation has always been there, or certainly was on that old map. That's crazy, isn't it? So we're now coming towards the end of St Margaret's Way. This is the bottom end, but this is another remnant that still remains. South Churchgate, as you can see from the map, that's still there, which is absolutely superb. That's not been taken away. And all of this bit here was known as Lower Churchgate. Who'd have thought that, eh? If you ask anybody from Leicester, Churchgate is the bit up there in town where Liquid Envy, Matalan used to be, and then right up to the clock tower. And then you used to be able to turn off Lower Churchgate here, onto St Margaret Street just there. There's Sanvigate, and then there is St Margaret's Church, and that is where Churchgate started. So Churchgate came further down than it does now, and then changed into Lower Churchgate around the church. All across there opposite the church was hosiery factories, shoe factories, boot factories, a few houses dotted in there as well. Now there's loads of history behind Lower Churchgate and Churchgate itself, including things about the Elephant Man and all sorts of bits and bobs that have changed, but I'm not going to go through that today. It's strange standing here realising this wasn't always a really busy road. There were other streets here, houses, people going about their daily lives, where cars now rush through every day. The city changed how it moved, and when it did, all that community just disappeared, that whole neighbourhood. And if you didn't know it was here, you'd never really realise it was gone. Catch you later.